Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Sharon.
Thank you very much for agreeing to help me out with this.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right. Um, I'd like to invite you down on your back. Make sure there's room behind you. Don't bonk your noggin. All right. Just stretch the legs out long. Just rest for a moment. Settle in. And just notice your breath. And now we're going to begin a belly breath. And so place your hands on your belly. Let the muscles of your abdomen go soft. Release them completely. Draw your inhale down deep into the abdomen. Inflate the belly like a balloon. Let it fill big and round. And then when you're ready, let it slowly release. And continue that belly breath. Remember to release those abdominals. Slowly inflate the balloon that is your belly. And just simply let that air slowly flow out. How about one more breath like that for me? And now bend your knees. Put the feet flat on the mat and continue with that belly breath. See if it feels different at all. And take one more breath here. And then go ahead and release your arms alongside your body. Imagine a rolling pin right at your hips. Imagine your pelvis is a rolling pin, and the handles are right where your hands are. After your next exhale, as you begin to inhale, roll that rolling pin slowly forward, rolling the pelvis forward. Let the belly rise, fill the belly with breath as that arch in the low back begins to exaggerate. And when you're ready to release that breath, just slowly roll that rolling pin back toward your head. Let the low back find neutral. Pause there. Take an inhale. And now with your exhale, begin to engage the abdominals and roll that rolling pin back towards you even more, flattening that arch in the low back out. And let it release slowly upward as you inhale. Let it find neutral. Pause there. After your next exhale, as you begin the inhale again, slowly roll the rolling pin down towards the heels, rolling that pelvis forward. Let the low back arch rise upward as you fill your belly with breath. And as you let that breath go as slowly as you can, Let that rolling pin of your pelvis again roll back. Let the arch in the low back return to neutral. Pause there. Take an inhale when you're ready. And with your exhale, engage your abdominals and start to press that low back downward by drawing that pelvis toward you. And when you're ready, let it release. Let the pelvis return to neutral. Let the low back rise and find neutral. And just pause there. Notice the sensations. Notice how it feels. That was an arch and flatten. And now we're going to learn a somewhat similar movement that'll include the arch that we had done previously, but then a curl rather than a flatten. And so again, after your next exhale, no rush. With your inhale, begin to roll that pelvis forward. Let the low back arch rise. Fill your belly with breath. And then when you're ready, take your time. Slowly roll that pelvis back in the direction of your head. Let the arch in the low back sink to neutral. Let everything release. And bring your hands up to your head. Place them under your head, both of them. There. Now, after your inhale, when you're ready for an exhale, bring the elbows forward towards your face, lifting them up, right up by the face. There you go. And then start to engage the abdominals as you exhale, lifting upward, lifting the head, lifting the shoulders a bit off the mat. Doesn't have to be high. Go only as high as is comfortable. And then slowly lower down. Control your descent the whole way down. It's tempting to drop it that last half inch. And when you reach the bottom, draw those elbows in toward one another, lifting the shoulders a bit off the mat. And when you're ready for your next exhale, very slowly let those elbows move away from one another, coming wide. And eventually, bringing those elbows all the way down to the mat. Take your time. And again, control the descent all the way down. Keep your concentration. And let it just melt into the mat. And let's do that again. We'll start with the arch at the bottom of your exhale. When you're ready for an inhale, begin to roll that pelvis forward in the direction of the heels. Let the arch of the low back rise and fill the belly with breath. And let that pelvis slowly roll back. The arch in the low back start to settle downward. Let it return to neutral and pause there. Continue to breathe. And after your next inhale, As you begin an exhale, bring those elbows up by the face once more. Engage the abdominals. Slowly lift up. It doesn't have to be super high. And then very slowly bring that body back down on the mat. Keep the elbows up at first. Let the body come all the way down. And draw those elbows in strongly toward one another. And then slowly let them open and come wide. Control it all the way down. And let them just melt into the floor beneath you. And let everything release. Simply notice how it feels. And now take the arms out from beneath the head and roll over to your side. Come on to your left side, please. There you go. Stretch your left arm up overhead along the floor. Get that arm aligned with the spine. There you go, looks beautiful. And bend your legs like you're seated in a chair. So bring the thighs to a 90-degree angle with the torso, the lower legs at a 90-degree angle with your thighs. There you go. Can you bring your feet back a little bit towards your bottom? There you go. Beautiful. All right. Now let your head rest right on that arm, but reach your right arm up and over that head. Drape it over the head and tuck that right hand down by your left ear. All right. Take an inhale. And after your exhale, engage the obliques, the muscles of the waist or side body, and start to slowly lift the head upward. Maybe a little support with that hand. Feel the muscles that are engaging. Imagine almost drawing your armpit down to your hip. And then slowly lower down. Take your time. Control even that last little bit. When it reaches the arm, rest for a moment. We're going to do that same movement one more time. So when you're ready, start to slowly engage that oblique once more. Slowly bring the head and arm up. Imagine drawing the armpit down to the hip, but only as high as is comfortable. And then slowly come on back down. The head all the way to the arm. Let it rest on the arm. And you can keep that right hand by that ear if you'd like, or you can actually rest it in front of you for a moment. And now let's move from the upper body to working the lower body. Keep the knees together, but start to lift that upper foot so that the lower leg is almost like a door opening on a hinge. And Notice the muscles that engage to get this done, to make this movement. Go only as high as is comfortable, and then slowly lower that foot down. Take your time. Control it the whole way down. It reaches that other foot, just let it melt in. Let everything release. And when you're ready, let's do that same movement again. Keep the knees together. Slowly lift that upper leg. Go as high as is comfortable. And when you're ready, slowly lower down. And release the muscles. And now that we've done the upper body and the lower body independently, let's put those two movements together. So take that right arm and again drape it up and over the head. Bring that hand to the left ear. There we go. And so when you're ready, start to slowly lift the head, keep the knees together, and slowly lift that foot. Notice the contraction of the muscles of the side body. Go only as high as is comfortable for you. And when you're ready, slowly lower down. Stay focused, stay in control the whole length of that descent. And almost let the head and foot melt into the structures beneath them. Release everything for a moment. And we'll do that same full body movement one more time. When you're ready, start to bring that head upward. Keep the knees together. Start to lift that foot. Engage the obliques. Imagine drawing that armpit down to the hip. And when you're ready, begin to as slowly as you can lower the head, lower the foot. And once you arrive there, let everything melt in, everything release, and simply notice how it feels. You can take the arm out from over your head. Just pause for a moment. Very nice. That was a side curl, side arch. And now, why don't you roll onto your belly? You can stay in the same orientation. There you go. Yep. There. Just let everything settle for a moment. And now, lift your head slightly and turn your gaze to your right. Lay your left cheek down on the back of your right hand. Keep that elbow up high where it is, looks good. take your left arm and extend it down alongside the body. Okay, we're going to break this compound movement apart. Let's begin by just lifting the elbow. So keep the head resting on the hand. Just lift the elbow up, your right elbow. Only as high as is comfortable. And when you're ready, slowly lower it down, keeping focused, keeping control of that descent the whole way. Let it melt into the floor. And this time, keep the elbow on the floor, released, but lift the head, keeping that head rotated as it is. Start to lift it straight up and add even a little more rotation toward the right. Only as high as is comfortable. And when you're ready, begin to slowly lower down. Let yourself melt into the floor. And now this time we're going to put both of those two movements together. So we're going to lift the arm and head as a single unit. So begin with the elbow. Give it a little head start. But then begin to lift that right arm and lift the head. And again, like we did before, as you lift, add just a little more rotation to the right. Going only as far as it's comfortable. And when you're ready, begin to slowly come down. Notice the muscles on the back body that have contracted during this lift. And once you reach that floor, let everything release. And now we're going to move from the upper body to just the lower body. So we're going to lift that left leg, keeping the knee straight, but engage the glute to lift that left leg. Bring it as high as is comfortable. And when you're ready, take it slowly down. Again, notice the muscles that activate to keep that leg lifted. You can do this movement. Let that leg melt into the floor. Let everything release. And now we're going to put the upper body and the lower body together in one movement. So when you're ready, begin to slowly lift the elbow and the whole arm. Lift the head. Contract that left glute. Begin to lift that left leg. Feel those muscles of the back body that are engaged. And when you're ready, bring it very slowly down. Keep focused. Control the descent. Don't be tempted to let it drop at the end. Control it the whole way. And once there, let everything melt into the floor. Let everything release. And when you're ready, we're going to do that same full body movement one more time. So again, when you're ready, start with the elbow and lift the arm, bring the head with it, engage that glute, and start to lift that left leg. Go only as high as it's comfortable, and then as slowly as you can, lower that leg, lower that upper body. And when you arrive there, let everything melt, sink into the floor beneath. Let everything go. Just relax and notice how it feels. Just stay there nice and relaxed, Nancy. And I'll just say thank you once again for assisting me with this. And if this were a full class, we would have actually done each of those movements on both sides. Thank you very much for now, Nance. Take care.